Yeah, well, credit to Tulsa. I mean, to be down 20 at half, I thought they really competed the whole 40 minutes and made us uncomfortable. They play a unique style, kind of at both ends. They really run the ball at you. They drive it at you. They're real switch heavy defensively, and it was Ava was unbelievable the first half. I mean, she hit a ton of shots for us, and so the lead maybe was a little bit. I don't know if it was, but I thought we weathered most of the storms and figured out a way to win our third in a row. So it wasn't perfect. We knew it wouldn't be. We kind of had a short prep, had a long travel day Friday, so didn't get a lot of time to prep for a kind of, like I said, kind of a unique team. But I think we're clearly getting better, but we still have obviously some things that we're going to continue to need to get better at. But I thought Al was really consistent today. Nora Gessert hit a huge three for us. I thought she did a nice job for us, and Ava followed up a 0 for 7 against St. John's with seven made field goals and 21 points in the first half. So, and that's such is the life of coaching a younger team. But what's nice is we have people be able to pick each other up. The other night Kennedy had 18 points, and today she struggled shooting the ball. But that's kind of that's why you have teammates who can help you out and when the ball isn't going in for you that night.
Open the floor. Avery, questions for either Ava or Allison?
Yeah, just to have a 21-point first half. What was your mindset, like Coach said, coming off the last game to this first half and making such a difference for your team?
Yeah, I think just clearing my mind after that game. It happens sometimes, so not trying to get too hard on myself, but definitely coming in today, getting the early touches. Once we moved the ball on offense a lot, it also helped clear up the lanes and stuff, which helps.
When you look at the court at times, there's 4 freshmen on the floor, just all underclassmen. Allison, for you, when you see all these girls out there, young girls, how have you seen you guys settle in and start to find the rhythm of one another?
Yeah, I think obviously with a new team, kind of getting that chemistry is super important. So I think the more we're out there together, the more we play together, not just in games, but practice also. You can definitely see that it's translating and we're getting a lot more comfortable with each other on the court.
When Tulsa kind of had that momentum out of half, how did you guys just see your toughness come out to get it done down the stretch?
We just always say just stay together, take a deep breath, figure out a way to win the game. Their bench was getting pretty rowdy. Some calls weren't going our way. When things start feeling like everything's against you, it's just important to stay together, stay a team, and remember that you got it. Stick to what our game plan was.
Ava, 11 from behind the arc as a team today. Just where have you guys seen the shooting? You were a part of that obviously too, but how big was the shooting for this group today?
I think it was huge. I know Allison and Nora hit some huge threes in the second half, which really helped. Nora's three at the end was, it was clutch. That got us going. That was a big shot for us. So, yeah.
All right, Ava, Allison, you're good. Thank you.
Thank
Good
you.
job, guys.
Thank you.
Just 3 straight for this group. How have you seen them start to settle in?
Yeah, like I said, we're still going to be a work in progress, but it was nice to get a home win. We were 0-2 at home, so just navigating game circumstances. It's dangerous when you're up 20 because it's you can get a little too comfortable, but then when that lead gets a little closer or drops down a little bit, it's hard to know how aggressive to be. Do you run some clock? Do you shoot quick? Because the way they play, the game can get a lot tighter, a lot quicker. But yeah, just seeing different styles is going to help us. I think, St. John's plays at a slow pace. We were able to figure out, I thought our in-game adjustments for a young team were good. And then today, like I said, the things that they threw at us, they're a pretty complicated team to get ready for in a short prep. We really didn't have. We had one practice to get ready, and so I'm happy that we kind of we were prepared. I thought at the beginning, but also we figured some things out in internal to the game. So, and again, that's tough because we just don't have a lot of, even Allison, you're talking to her, she's a sophomore who barely played last year. So Grace, I think, has been a stabilizer for us. And Kennedy, even though she didn't shoot it well today, like she's a super valuable in terms of her leadership and communication. But they have their hands full because we have so many young players, and it's easy for them to just get a little bit off, and especially if you got 3 of them on the floor at the same time or 4 of them on the floor at the same time.
How have you seen some of those young players start to kind of find their groove or just catch up to the
Yeah.
speed of this college game?
Yeah, I mean, there's no substitute for game experience. I mean, obviously, practice matters and is really important, but being able to do it in front of when the lights are on is super important. I mean, but an example would be, look at, Neely the other night was 0 for 6 in the first half, and she hits 4 threes in the second half. So that's not necessarily something that if we had a more veteran, I told people, I said, if we had a more veteran team, Neely might not get to play much in the second half based on, she's 0 for 6. But she gets to play through, tough stretches, the same way they all kind of do as younger players. And I think that's going to benefit us and them in the long run, Kendall today was turnover prone early, but I thought she settled in and made some plays, and we're going to have to deal with that for sure. But there's no substitute for getting that game experience and for getting to play through mistakes, which this group is going to be able to do.
When you look at some of the upcoming games, just what kind of challenges do you see ahead, or how does this 3-game stretch give this group some momentum heading into what's upcoming?
Yeah, well, we have 4 more in a row in Omaha. One of them's at Omaha, but we have 3 home games and at Omaha between now and Christmas. So we've got a chance, I think, to continue to build some momentum. And like I said, one of the challenges with a younger team is, how much information do you give them, and in terms of, okay, we got Kansas State coming up, and you can't overload them with information because they're young and they don't have the number of reference points that last year's team had. So you kind of have to water it down just a little bit, get them to play hard, and then figure it out. But yeah, I do like the fact that we're at home here and we can continue hopefully to build some momentum.
Anything further for Flan?
Do you have an update on Keone?
We should have something by Christmas. We should have something before Christmas. Yeah. But I think within the next 2 weeks. Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Glenn.